how many we got on here? Like 19? Good to see everybody virtually. Happy fall. I'm not gonna do fall, y'all. That doesn't look like we're getting the fall weather, right? It's gonna be like 100 degrees or something this weekend again. So tired of it. All right, so we have Susan Sanderson here with American Home Shield. Welcome, Susan. Tell us what's happening in home warranty land.
Hi, everyone. Good morning. Well, yeah, I wish it was fall weather because we're still bombarded with air conditioning calls, which I'm sure everybody's aware of. But I just wanted to let you know that right now we are doing our fall tune-ups for our clients. It's the heating system tune-ups, getting them ready for the cooler weather. We do this in the spring for air conditioning, and I wish people would have taken advantage of that so they didn't panic when it was triple digits and they found out their air conditioner wasn't working. So hopefully we can be proactive for the fall. And if you have clients with American Home Shield, please reach out to them. Let them know it's just a $75 service fee, and we will go out and we will do a checkup and tune up their heating system. Also, I wanted to let you know that most everything is inclusive in our plan. So rekey, there's no extra fee. It's not an optional item that you add on. It's included in every single one of our plans. Tune-ups, yes, $75 for rekey, $75 for tune-ups. We also have the service Hello Tech. This came up yesterday with a few agents. I was surprised. Where your homeowner can contact us. We can set up for our Geek Squad to go out. They charge $99. The homeowner just supplies the mounts for their flat screen TVs, and they will mount the TVs. They will synchronize all their systems, smart systems, Wi-Fi, and it's about a 1-hour service, but it's something that's available. There's a lot of homeowners like myself that have no idea how to hook up their smart systems or mount a TV. So just be aware of that. And we do cover manufactured homes, mobile homes, condos, townhomes. Our top plan, which is all inclusive, meaning even the washer, dryer, refrigerator would be covered, is $425. Manufactured homes, condos, townhomes, $425. And you can put roof coverage. I've had that come up a few times on manufactured homes. Even if they're metal roofs, we still will cover them. We'll do the free inspection, and we will do the $199 free maintenance on these roofs, meaning either cleaning gutters, sealing up to 6 pipes, vents for the homeowners, removing debris, but it's a $200 value. And the cost of the warranty is just $150 to add roof. And like, again, it includes the inspection. So I just wanted to give you an update on that. One thing I have, we're providing, I know this is kind of big. There it is. So I'm dropping these off. I don't know, Shannon, if anyone's at your office, but these are great to have on hand. I can? Okay. These are great to have on hand when you sell a home. You don't have to take the sold sign off the outdoor hanger. You can just keep these, take a picture of the buyers and post on social media so that people can see that you're active and you're getting your home sold. So I'll be happy to drop some of these off at the office for anyone that might want one or to use one. That's about it for today. I don't want to take up too much of your time. Reach out to me, not by cell phone, because my phone, I dropped it. I got a replacement. It has some kind of a, I don't know, signal on it that it won't allow us to hook it up. So now I got phone number 3. I'm just waiting after the call to get this one set up. So just email if you need me until I can get one of these 3 phones to work. But thank you so much for having me. And if you have any questions, reach out. Have a great day, everyone.
I have a question for you real quick. Some of our agents are getting back to farming. I know you've got great door hangers. Are you still a good source for bags?
Oh yeah, please just reach out to me. What I'm doing right now, because we really are still not allowed to have face-to-face contact, I am having them delivered right to your homes.
Nice.
So you tell me how many plastic bags you need. They come 25 in a pack, and then provide me with your home address. I'll order them and they'll be directed right to your doorstep so that you don't even have to go into the office to get them. And that's the same with door hangers if you need those too.
Perfect. Thank you so much for helping out with that. I appreciate it. Any
You're
other
welcome.
questions for Susan, you guys? Okay.
Well, then I did a good job.
You did. Thanks for coming.
Thank you, everyone. I'm going to hang up because I'm going to try to get my phone set up.
Okay, sounds good.
Have a good.
All right, bye. All right, so we have a lot of good news this week, but you guys start. I want you guys to tell me what's your good news for the week.
My Carlsbad house will be going into escrow.
Shut up.
After 220 some odd days.
Oh my God. It's a miracle.
It is a miracle. Cash offer. She lives in New York and wants to get the hell out of New York before the winter sets in. And she bought it with her friends going through. We went through with a camera and FaceTimed it, and we should go into escrow today.
Oh my God. I am so happy for you.
Yay.
Are you representing her
that
too,
house
or-
right after I posted the
No, well, she popped up at the last minute with this agent that is a friend, but I got the contract, and she's been an agent for a while, but I don't know that she's been active. So there was a little bit of tweaking to do on the contract, but that's okay. Everybody's willing, and we're moving forward.
That's awesome. Well, we definitely know this whole team of realtors right here have posted that Carlsbad house for you all over the place, trying to help you sell it.
I got 4 phone calls on it yesterday, so I really appreciate it. And they need park approval, which takes about 2 weeks. So I know, Philip, you wanted to post it for the weekend. Please go ahead.
I just posted it last night. And of course, anytime I post anybody's listing, it usually goes into escrow the next day or so.
I will be remembering that.
All right, Philip, we know your good luck charm now.
So Adam,
Only it could be my buyer.
Adam and I have some good news. We one of the UpDesk leads that I got. This was a buyer that I ended up showing a house to, and they didn't want that house. And then I was bad, and I had lost their phone number for a few days. But anyway, they called Adam back when I didn't answer, and we showed him a house in Spencer's Crossing on Saturday, Adam, I think, and put an offer in the next day, whatever, and we're in escrow.
Oh my gosh, one and done,
Yep.
or 2 and done, I guess, because you
Nice.
had them on the other. That's awesome.
Congrats to both of you.
I know Marianne picked up some leads this weekend. She doesn't want to talk about it.
No, I just went to a gathering, which social distance, but yeah, 2 buyers potential. So that was nice.
Hey, it doesn't matter. Even if you're at a family get together, you never know who you could run into that's going to need your assistance. So don't be a secret agent. Always have your cards on you.
I did.
What other good news? Anybody else?
I'm waiting for an offer on my 19 acres today.
All right.
Nice.
Buyers went through, I showed it on Saturday. Then with the agent, I met the agent out there, even though it's a vacant land lot. I figured the more information, the better. The buyer took his parents out there on Sunday, apparently. And then the agent told me on Monday they were going to make an offer. And she just confirmed this morning that they're going to put 50% down, and I should have the offer by the end of the day. In the meantime, I have other people looking at the property, so it would be really great if I got multiple offers.
Yes.
Yeah.
And this is the property that you had a buyer for called the seller who was not listed and said, I have the buyer, would you list? And then the buyer went
Right.
away.
Right. So I'm really glad for the, for the seller, because I felt like I was lying to her even though I wasn't. And so to sell it quickly would be really great.
Yeah, especially with land. It's not something that happens quickly. And this has been fairly quickly for land. So good luck.
Yeah,
I hope it comes.
Yeah, so.
What else? Anybody else?
Yes, this is Amy, and I have a buyer who's looking for a house. They approved for 380, and I'm having a hard time finding something around that. So they're looking for like condo or small starter home. So we are looking all over in Lake Elsinore, Menifee, Baltimore, Marietta. So if anybody has any condo or anything in good, fairly good condition around 370, 380, let me know.
Absolutely. I'm going to talk about that in a little bit as well, about how to kind of find some more listings. As far as the company goes, the Berkshire Hathaway is growing again, and they are now in San Miguel, Mexico. So we've grown into another great city. So if you have leads going to Mexico, there you go. And then let's talk about August top 5. I finally got this together. We've had some big changes in the last, from July to August. Look who's rounding up number 5. But congratulations, first of all. Gail and Veronica still hanging on to number 1. Still Madeline number 2. Kim is hanging on number 3. And then Creighton and Hayes have moved up to number 4. Congratulations. And Veronica, working really, really hard out there in Anza and Awanga. So number 5. So congratulations, you guys.
Monica.
I am so proud of you. You're working really hard, and the office is doing really great. So I'm just pleased that you guys are all working so hard. The numbers are showing. Let me show you another slide. Oh, shoot. All right, and then we have our football contest. And so top 3 people for just the week number 2, Pearson and Ritter, Gay and Kim. But overall, we've got the Pearson Ritter team winning for the first quarter so far. It's not too late to jump in, you guys, because remember that we do this, we have winners on a quarterly basis, and each quarter it starts over to 0. However, the overall season is for the overall points. So they do all add together. How did you guys like my Excel spreadsheet? Was it too hard?
No, it was easy. I liked it.
Okay. All right. I know I had some people couldn't unlock it, I think. So I don't know, I'll figure that out. So I wanted to talk about some stats. I just was looking at our numbers for the office, just in case you want to know. Our office average sale price for the year so far is $477,000. That's actually a little higher than I was expecting. I was thinking we were going to be more like 440 for the year, but we've had such a jump in prices because of COVID and the holdback and the lack of inventory. It's definitely shot our prices up a little bit. So the average overall 477. Now, as far as weekly stats go, this is really interesting. Our new active active on the market for the last 7 days is 152, which is down 24. Our new pendings 302, which is down 38. Our sold in the last week is 227, down 8. See a trend here? Total active on the market in our 6, our Temecula Valley, 564 actives, down 12. So we're changing, getting into the fall season. The kids are back to school, although they're on Zoom. Now that the county is opening back up, I think that parents are pretty much hunkered down on that. But just a thought that you probably heard Mark say before, yeah, our inventory on the MLS is low, but hello, we live in a place that has lots of inventory. You just got to go find it. You got to make those calls and ask people, are they ready to move? I could quote Andrea right now. Do you want to make stupid money right now? You need to list your house. So if you have close family or friends, they need to sell their house. And maybe you guys need to sell your own house. You could make stupid money. Did anybody watch Mark's Facebook this week? Nope. I recommend going back and looking at it. I'm going to share with you some of the information that the agents that the agents have, or the managers were talking about, and it's really just back to how to get your offer accepted in this really, really tough market. And so back to that, I know Amy had said she had a buyer looking. This week alone, I've had 2 agents call me for listings that have canceled off, that I have canceled this year, and have expired this year, saying, I've got a buyer right now who wants to write an offer. Can you bring that back to life? And I know that some of you are really out there doing the same thing. And if you're not, you should kind of look through that. If you have a right now buyer and you're not getting them bought, Kara and Ryan were really great about, I know Kara was showing, you want me to tell the story, Kara? Showing a condo listing, and she saw a photographer. So go ahead.
Yeah, I saw a photographer. I was looking for my unit, and I was driving through, and I saw a real estate photographer with a sign on his door, and he was getting his equipment out. And I said, what are you taking a picture of? And he said, a new listing that is going on the market. So I said, can I look at it, or can I have the agent's number? He gave me the number, and then he goes, oh, he's right in the house right now. So I said, oh, and went in there, and my buyers were on the way. I showed him that house first, condo, and they made an offer on it, 3 hours later, and it was accepted 5 hours later, and we were in escrow the next day. And
Never was on the MLS.
Never was on the MLS. I was actually looking at another condo, and I mean, it was a great condo in Lake Elsinore for $313, I think. I mean, it was a great price, clean, 3 bedrooms, 2.5 baths, in Canyon Hills. So fairly new, nice. So that was nice. And then I had another one, funny story about my first buying new furniture and a new car while they were in escrow, and oh my God, and it was crazy, but it finally closed too, like 2 days before this other one did. So I had 2 relatively easy ones back to back, so now I'm afraid for my next one.
Yeah, but along the lines of trying to find inventory, I know Ryan told me a story yesterday that he found an old expired or something down in San Diego and reached out to the agent. And again, we think we have a connection here where we could probably write an offer and it's not on the MLS at all.
Correct. And he's going to go after the expired ones now. That's since he's back from deployment. Yeah, he's going to concentrate on those to drum up some business. But yeah, both of them just kind of fell through, and the agent was thrilled, obviously. And they hadn't even come up with a price yet, but I knew, the price of the other condo, because it was listed. And so we just went in $2,000 more, and they were thrilled. So yeah, both.
And the reason that
new homes pay high, they pay 3%. I didn't know that.
That's good.
Yeah.
And the reason, I know there's not a lot of expired listings out there, but it is something to look through and consider. The person who called me, as a matter of fact, today on my Vista listing, I know that the seller, he's going to come back on market. And if I can make this deal happen without even having to inconvenience him, I mean, I know that we could probably have an offer in a weekend, just because of the lack of inventory, and we just have like 1 million showings and all of that stuff. But I really feel like my seller would probably just take an offer and would like to be done with it. So think about that for your buyers that you're having challenges with right now. So speaking of inventory, does anybody have any inventory coming soon?
Kelly and I do, Shannon.
Oh yeah, tell us about it, please.
It's a 5-bedroom, 3-bath pool home, 2719 square feet in the French Valley, so in Winchester. Built in 2017. It's a beautiful farmhouse style home. Decorated amazing. We're going in at $585. We're gonna go to coming soon on Monday, and then next Thursday it'll be listed.
Nice,
Is
nice.
it Single
Congratulations.
story or two-story?
Thank you. A 2-story.
Two-story. Okay, good luck.
Thank you so much.
Congrats.
Anybody have a buyer out there?
Well, Kelly and I have 3 buyers.
So buyers, what are your buyers looking for, you guys?
Our buyers are looking for single story.
I
And
have
because
the
they could,
same. I have a couple wanting to move here from Orange County and they want a single-story pool home up to about $950,000.
And Rana, what do your buyers want?
Our one buyer, we showed him a bunch of older homes that he thought he wanted. And then this weekend, we're taking him out to a new build because they have 9,000 in banning toward closing costs. So we're taking him there this weekend. So he's a little not sure if he wants to go for an older home or a brand new one. We're thinking the brand new one would be better for him. We have 2 other buyers that we're working with. They want perfection in a home. And so we're having a hard time finding a perfect home for them. So
A unicorn?
yes, unicorn. Yeah, so we're
So-
working on that right now.
So Adam and I have a buyer that can go up to about 900. And they want a single story, not big, but they do want a beautiful backyard with a pool. So, and Temecula.
Anybody else, buyers? All right. Real quick, Adrian, I'm going to call on you. So yesterday, I know you and Adam and maybe I saw Kim on there, was on the Brown Bag Lunch and Learn. Was there any thing earth shattering on there that you learned, that just one tip that you got? And Cecily, were you on there?
I was on there as well, yeah.
What did you learn?
One of the things that stuck out was the NTRA and getting that submitted to any tenants that you might have by the end of September. The form is available now and is one among others that are coming available in the next week or so. But this particular one serves tenants. It's an advisory informing them of their rights under pandemic and otherwise as it relates to being able to collect rent between certain dates. I believe March 1st through August 31st of this year, and anything forward of that. You'll forgive me though, I don't have my notes in front of me. But the whole point is you can't serve any other notices as it relates to, you know, if you're leaning towards trying to get them out because of they're delayed on their rent or behind on their back rent, as far as trying to collect any of that without this advisory being submitted first, you can't proceed with the other notices. So that was one of the biggest things that stood out, because particularly because you can give that form to them after the 1st of October or whatever it is, but John really made an emphasis on getting it out before the end of this month if you're really trying to stick to any additional timelines as it relates to eviction.
Cecily, what's the name of that form? It's an advice. What is the?
It was the NTRA. I only called
NT.
the acronym NTRA.
Oh, that's fine. That's fine. Great. Thank you.
Notice to something advisory.
Yeah. Yep.
So the other thing that I heard, the one that I caught was something about when the landlord is going to give a notice to sell the property. He had mentioned that the notice to sell could not happen until a contract was actually in place with the new buyer. And the reason for that, and you guys correct, if you were on it, correct me if I heard this wrong, but the reason for that is because we need to know, is the new owner going to be an investor, or is the new owner going to live on the property? Because if the new owner is going to live on the property, then obviously we need to get the tenant out. And so therefore, it seems to me that we would be doing 60-day escrows if that's the case, once we have given that notice. Did you guys hear that part?
Yeah, I heard that too, Shannon, and that was also particularly related to any leases that are month to month, as particularly those leases that are month to month.
The really sad part here is, like, I know there are plenty, yes, we have, we have plenty of landlords who have property managers, but we have lots of landlords who do it themselves and they just don't know what they're up against. I have one particular client who is constantly asking me how to kick his month-to-month tenant out. And then I heard that yesterday, and I don't want to be the legalese for something I'm not, party to. So if you guys are in that situation, it's good to know the gist of it, but they really need to reach out to somebody like that they trust legally. Don't be the person that tells them the wrong thing. So thanks for that information, Cecily. I appreciate it. Anybody else have anything more to add on that, or on anything that John talked about yesterday? I'm going to go back and watch it. All right, so I have a couple more things I want to share with you. I'm going to share my screen again. I'm going to do a tech tip. You guys did really good last week on the tech tip I taught you. I saw all these community pages on Facebook and I love it. So now I'm going to teach you something a little more detailed, similar, along similar lines. Let me see if I can find this here. All right, so I'm going to go, it's all VAC because that's all we're talking about, VAC. And I want to say congratulations to our office. Chris tells me that our office has the best usage of all the offices in the whole company. So yay.
Wow, that's great.
I look at the numbers and go, really? Wow. So, okay, so you guys can see the VAC here? Yep. Okay, so I'm going to go to my website again. This is very similar to last week, but it's going to be a little bit different. I actually booked a one-on-one appointment with Chris this week for my own self to learn some things because I didn't know what I was doing. So this week I want to show you how to do a detailed search for homes that have pools, so that you can post something in the MLS that are pool homes only, and it might be very cool. So from my home page, I just went to the search function, and for this instance, I'm just going to type in Temecula City. Once I type in Temecula, you'll see that the city comes up at the top. So I'm just clicking on it so it knows that that's where I'm going. Try that again. I don't think it took. Okay, so fine. So then it zooms into Temecula. And then on the status, I only want active. And I'm going to go over to the type because I only want single family homes. Obviously, we're not going to have a pool on vacant land, and condos are going to be a community pool. And then on the last column here where it says more, there is a box for pool. And now I can say done. And so right now, these are the pool homes that are available in the Temecula Valley. I know this page doesn't look pretty, but it's just an idea for you guys, another instance to post on Facebook. And just like last time, once you get your search figured out here, you're going to go up to the bar at the top that has the address, and you're going to copy that. And then we're going to go into Facebook. Maybe I better open a new one. Cancel. Hold on. I am so still not great about this, but okay, create a post. I'm on my realtor page, and I'm going to paste the address in there. Now, when you're doing this, if you get stuck, you kind of have to wait until that picture shows up to know before you start erasing all of this long jargon here. So I'm working with Chris on changing the photo so that it's a house photo. So right now it's just showing our logo, but now I can erase all of this information and type in my note. Looking, oops, for a pool home in Temecula. Check these out. Got my emojis, because I love them. And there's probably a pool one in here. I just, all right, done. And done. So once the company who built our site fixes this, what we'll show here is just a regular house. And then, so you can do this same search with pool homes, you can do it with golf courses, whatever this is on this more information. I mean, there's really, those are the only two. But it's kind of cool. It's just something new that you guys can check out. What do you think?
It's a great idea. Thank you for sharing that.
Shannon,
yeah.
When you went into the VAC, where did you go the first time?
Okay, so from the VAC,
okay, marketing.
Marketing, and then my website.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. So I know we've been having, and I just want to remind you guys, I think this will be the third reminder that as far as your files are concerned, don't forget your communication log. There's 3 types of communication that we do. We do email, we do phone conversation, which means you would have to write down your conversation, and then your email communication. And your email communication should be very easy because you can simply forward really important emails right into your SkySlope file. If you have the Outlook program, like I do, that brings your emails in so that you can read them and send out, that particular program is really great for foldering your emails, and then you can print the entire list from your whole closing out in either a PDF or a text, and that's great because you can keep them in order. The hardest one to load is your text messages. I'm not going to lie. I'm playing with one program right now, excuse me, that works with your computer to mimic your cell phone, and it shows your text messages on the computer, and therefore I think we can print, but I'm not sure if we can print the whole thing. So I'm still playing with it. Yeah.
Shannon, it's Linda. Can you hear me?
Yes.
I do that. So I use Tansy. It does cost, I think it's a one-time fee. I bought it years ago, but it's Tansee.
Veronica and I use the same one.
Yeah. Awesome. So helpful because we're going to need those communication logs. Right now, we communicate a lot via text and sometimes negotiate via text. So we need that.
Is Tansy an app or you can get it on the computer?
You can get it on your computer.
Yeah, I think
You download it.
GailTansy.com, and then it pretty much pulls up all your text messages, and you just click what conversations you want copied.
Awesome. Thank you so much for sharing that. I think you've said it before and I have totally forgot. So I'm going to go look that up today. And then
that's for the iPhone though. I don't know that you can do it on an Android yet. I know at one time there was a problem. You couldn't get Tansy. You couldn't use Tansy if you had an Android, but you could if it's
true.
Years ago, I had a Droid, and there was an app. It was awesome. I think it cost me $5.99, and I could just go in, click on the conversation I wanted, and they would it would print out into dates, times, and conversations. I keep going onto my iPhone app store to see if they have anything like that. Recently, there were 2, and I was actually going to ask if anybody had tried either one of those apps.
What was the name of the app?
I can't remember the iPhone, Droid one was, I don't know, 10 years ago. There's two, if you look for text to save or whatever, two come up. And I don't have the names in front of me, but you have to pay for both of them. So I was wondering if anybody had tried either of those apps.
No, I had one. I have one on my phone right now that is SMS to email, but honestly, it doesn't work right. It, where'd you guys go? It basically only sends the email on one half of the conversation, so it doesn't work. So don't go there. All right, are you guys still there?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, because I can't see you because I've been playing with my screen. Can you see my VAC screen right now?
Yes.
Okay. I went back in here real quick because the reason I did not send out the email that I normally do is because I'm trying to utilize the calendar in VAC to show the meetings, but apparently I did it wrong. And I think you guys could only see the class that looks like yesterday, the VAC class. So I'm going to work on that again. My apologies for the late message, but just to reiterate, when I do get it correct, you'll have to go into VAC, highlight basically this link, and then right click and hit go to whatever that web address is. That will always be your meeting address there. So my apologies for leaving you guys in the dark today. All right, so the last thing I'm going to show you is just a quick social media message. I really like Katie Lance a lot. She is at a lot of the National Association of Realtors, California Association of Realtors. She's probably going to end up at our conference next year for Berkshire Hathaway. But she's got a lot of information on social media and how to do things right. So I thought I would share this quick video on Instagram. If you guys follow her, I think you'll get, she does a show like every week. So let me play this.
You ever wondered what you should not be doing over on Instagram? Don't worry, I can help. Hey everybody, Katie Lance here, founder and CEO of Katie Lance Consulting, the Get Social Smart Academy, and author of the book, Get Social Smart. It's episode 193 of the Get Social Smart show. And today I want to share with you a couple of my no-nos, a couple of my mistakes I would recommend that you not do over on Instagram. Now, by the way, if you're watching this video over on YouTube, hit the subscribe button and the bell button because we have new videos that come out each and every week and you don't want to miss a moment. All right, mistake number one is posting so-so pictures of houses. I see this all the time. If you're going to post something to Instagram, you got to make it Instagram worthy. You got to make it a great picture. The pictures and videos that we see on Instagram, it's not every picture on your camera roll, right? One of the reasons why Instagram is so powerful with real estate is Instagram is an aspirational platform. So you want the best pictures of the house out there. If you're using professional photography, pick a few of the very best ones that you have. If you're taking photos yourself, make sure they are light and bright and they are the best pictures. So that's first and foremost. Eliminate things that are dark or fuzzy. One of my favorite apps for improving your photos is Adobe Lightroom. Adobe Lightroom is a great app. And by the way, if you're using professional photos, always get permission from your photographer before you edit anything. But if you're taking photos and you want to edit them a little bit, Adobe Lightroom is a great app. But post great pictures. That's such a simple thing, but it's a small thing that will make a really big difference on your Instagram. Mistake number two is only showcasing listings. This is a biggie. I see a lot of agents join Instagram and the only thing they're posting are listings. That's it. So we want to think about the Instagram algorithm, and there's an algorithm to Instagram just like Facebook, right? So that's based on what you like, what you comment, what you interact with. So when we think about our content, we want to think about what is the type of content that's going to get people to like our content. That's number one. But then number two is what is the type of content that's going to get people to share our content or save our content? And each one of those triggers, those are actually triggers within Instagram. So when you start to think about your content and you start to think about your listings, it's important to talk about your listings because your sellers are most likely asking you to promote your listings. You want to do so in a creative way. If they're on Instagram, they're going to share it out. But most likely the average person who's following you on Instagram is not going to share that out. What are they going to share out? They're going to share out something that's funny, something that makes them laugh. They're going to share something inspirational, like inspirational quotes. They are going to share out things that are educational. They're also going to save things that are educational. So you might start to think about some of your Instagram content like the 5 biggest mistakes every first-time home buyer makes, or the top 3 things that you need to learn when you're moving to San Francisco or the Bay Area. And that type of educational content we're seeing more and more of on Instagram, layered in with your other content. It is a great way to position yourself as the leader in your local market area. I would also recommend, if you're thinking of doing some of that educational content, that you utilize the carousel feature within Instagram. Within Instagram, you can upload more than 1 photo. So you can upload up to 10. And what's really kind of cool about this is when you upload a carousel post to Instagram, as of right now, as of the recording of this video, when I'm on Instagram and let's say I see your post and I don't click on it, I just keep scrolling through. If it's a carousel post, the next time I'm on Instagram, guess what? Instagram's going to show me your post again, just a different picture in that carousel. So those carousel posts are actually a great way to get more traction over in the newsfeed. Mistake number 3, don't spray and pray. Don't spray and pray. What do I mean by that is it's really tempting when you have a new listing or a piece of content to like take that content and put it everywhere, right? You create one graphic or one flyer and you put it everywhere. I see this happen on Instagram a ton, where you spend a lot of work on a flyer, but then you take that flyer and you turn it into a JPEG and you put it on Instagram. Don't do that. Why? Well, first of all, it doesn't look great, right? It looks great as a flyer. It doesn't look great on this tiny little box on Instagram. Now I have to pinch and zoom. But here's the good news. You can still use those resources. You can still use those assets. You have the photos, you have the text. There's no reason you can't take those, create a really beautiful post, take some of that verbiage and, make it appropriate for Instagram, which also goes hand in hand with just thinking about every platform is a little bit different. Right? You don't have to be on every platform, but if you're going to post something to Facebook, to Instagram, to Twitter, to LinkedIn, every platform has its own little nuances, its own sort of way in terms of language, right? Instagram, you're probably going to use some hashtags, or Facebook, you probably won't use as many hashtags, things like that. So we want to think about repurposing content. If you follow me at all, you know I'm a huge believer in repurposing, repackaging, working smarter, not just harder. But especially with Instagram, do not put the same thing everywhere, right? Be creative, ask a question, use some hashtags, have fun with some filters, and have fun and be creative and really be true to what the platform is all about. All right, I would love to hear from you. Are you active on Instagram? I know a lot of you are. So if you are, post your handle in the comments below so I can follow you. We can follow each other. We can connect. Would love to connect with you on Instagram. And if you're looking for more Instagram tools, I invite you to download our free Insta Guide. This thing has been downloaded by thousands of real estate professionals, and especially if you are at kind of the beginning stages of Instagram, you want to get some more training, go to katielance.com/InstaGuide. And like I said in the beginning, if you enjoy our videos and you're watching on YouTube, hit the subscribe button and the bell button so you get notified.
All right, that's enough. All right, so I think she's a really great trainer. Her videos are short and sweet and to the point, and so you guys check her out. I know that we've got some of our own agents that have been doing really great work on Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook. Marianne, I've seen your posts on both Instagram and Facebook with the questions. I love those. Of course, I think I answer all of them just because I feel like I have to get my voice heard. And Chastity, I've seen her do the videos with the, top 5 things and all different kinds of content. So just, I've really learned something new by just watching that one video on the carousel photos. So that would be a really great thing to use if you're going to post a house. Do the carousel photos. I always tend to on Instagram do the, I don't know what they call it, where all the photos are on one page, because I figured most people are just going to see the one page and flip to the next and next and next. But I've changed my tune on that. So just some announcements. Today is day 2 of the Success Series for Rick Barabee. It starts at 1 o'clock, goes to 4. So if you have missed any of his Success Series in the past, you can jump on that. We don't have any other VAC training this week because of Success Series. I believe they're trying to not overlap them as much, but we will have some more coming back next week. I did get a reminder for the CAR Expo that is coming up next month. It's all online. So if you haven't registered for that, it'll be all Zoom meetings. And I think there'll be some really great speakers. Of course, Leslie Appleton Young. I saw Tom Ferry was going to be on there. And then just some, a lot of agents and brokers talking about the industry. It's usually a really great event to go to. So I'm really bummed that we're stuck here and just watching it, because then I get too distracted when I'm Zooming. But you guys put that on your radar. And that's it for me. Does anybody else have any other announcements? Oh, I have one more. Next week is our All Valley meeting. We're going to have Maria Hill from our marketing department visiting. She's going to go over, it's kind of like a refresher for our marketing department. What are the things that they provide to us? She will probably for sure touch on VAC, the most used tools there. But I really just wanted to give you guys a reminder of what they do for you, because they're here for you, and they're, what do they have to offer, and maybe some pricing and things like that. So she'll be here. It will be a different link. So I'll send out a new link, and it will be for all 4 offices. We'll do it the same time as usual, 9:30. So there'll probably be 100 or so agents on that meeting. All right, now I'm really done. Anybody else have any other announcements?
I do. I had a strange thing happen this week. I think it might be good to share. I have a listing in Wolf Creek, and it has 2 HOAs on the listing. And when I put it on the MLS, I listed out both of the HOAs. We got an offer from an agent in San Diego who had printed off the listing in Paragon, San Diego's MLS, and it only showed 1 HOA. So the second one did not show up on their radar at all. So we're 3/4 of the way through escrow, and then this other HOA that they don't know about shows up. So they're a little tight. The buyers were a little tight getting in. So that extra $140 a month caused it to go back through underwriting. The deal's going to go through, but lesson learned to me, if I do anything outside of Riverside County, I'll be printing it off in, for example, I'll print the listing off in San Diego from Paragon if I show a house down there. Because he showed me his flyer, and the second HOA wasn't on there, and it was on mine.
Yeah, I'm sure that he was chewing you out for not putting it in there.
He thought I had changed it when it went pending and added the second HOA in. So I sent him over my coming soon flyer and, the active when we go into the MLS, and he sent me his, and there was no algorithm to add the 2 together, and no other space for it to show up.
Thank you for bringing that up. I knew I told you to just note it out because I would forget. But
no, it could have closed the deal. To keep it going, that San Diego agent is going to pay that HOA for a year, and going to go back to the brokerage or to the association and see if he can be reimbursed for it. But to squash a deal.
The other thing I've noticed, because we've been looking at stuff down in San Diego County for a client, definitely if they have attachments or anything like that, they don't come through on our MLS, any of Paragon's attachments.
yes, I learned that as well when I had that condo, and to Kim's point, I think that the condo that I had in San Diego was not getting shown because of some kind of search function that I didn't have the ability to put the right words in or the right code in so that in Paragon it would show up. But you're absolutely right, Adrian, because when I was showing down there too, I could read in the agent notes from CRMLS that it said, see the supplements or see the attachments. And I'm like, there's none. And yeah, you got it. If you're searching for homes in San Diego County, you need to use the link through the MLS to search through Paragon. It's a pain in the butt, but it's going to be worth it.
The other thing, because obviously we have, you know, we list out of area and people down in San Diego list houses up here. And if they're coming over from Paragon, you know, and you're doing a search for single family homes or, you know, something very specific like that, you're probably going to not get any listings from an out of area agent because when it doesn't come through and it says nothing in that spot, it won't come in your search if you say you want one level. So what's better to do is to say not 2, 3, 4, not anything other than one, and then they'll come up. And the other thing that really screws you, if you say no senior homes and they're coming up from down there, it won't pick up anything that has nothing in that spot. So you have to say, you have to just look through them if you're really getting desperate, if things aren't showing up. You know, look at your criteria and take out some of the stuff and just start looking at them, because those ones coming from Paragon are not going to show up.
I think that's why my Carlsbad house, I got a lot of calls, but I also had it on Craigslist, and I got more calls from that because I listed it from here. I think there's some things, I could find it, but I'm not sure it searched well for San Diego agents.
Right. So I believe it costs $50 to cross list it in Paragon. There's paperwork, you just fill it out, you fax it into the Association of Realtors, and then they will load it for you. Now, the paperwork to the listing input form, it's like 5 pages long. It's a pain in the butt, but it's going to be worth your time if you're listing a home down there for sure, so that you get the showings and the right acronyms get put in the right place for those agents down there.
If you're going to do that, you need to measure all of the rooms too.
Yes.
Paragon make you measure rooms.
Yes, they do require room measurements. I have just eyeballed it, but I believe there's apps for your phone that will do measurements as well. So luckily we have technology that's very helpful. Thank you so much, Kim. I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
Anything else, guys? Okay. Well, thanks for coming today. I appreciate you all. You guys are all working really, really hard. I appreciate you working hard on the football stuff. I think it's motivated some of you to do some things that are not usual for you. So I'm glad to see that. So you guys have a wonderful week. I'm here for you all week. Call, text, email me, and have a great week.